What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Off the Map podcast. We're joined by two new guests today. We're missing a member, too. Also, it's been 2 months since our last episode, so we should probably address that because it's not ideal. But we're back, okay? We're here. It's a Friday night. It is 11 p.m., 11:05 p.m., and we are in my dorm room, so change of scenery. Usually we do this in Marco's house, but today we're in my dorm room. And we have two new guests, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. Okay, one of them's leaving, so that's great. Fucking love that. He's taken maybe 8 leaks in the last hour. The smallest bladder this side of the fucking Mississippi. We'll introduce guest number 1. Guest number 1, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Jay. I live the campus right next to me. Honestly, he's the worst neighbor you can have. And it's a pain in the ass to have him as a neighbor.
All right, solid introduction. Our second guest is in the bathroom, so we're waiting for him. He's hurrying. For sure, did not wash his hands. 100% did not wash his hands. So he's gonna go back and do that real quick, and I'm gonna pass the mic to Marco. And yeah.
So while we wait for him, it's been 2 months. We've all started school.
Where's your soap?
A lot of stuff is going on right now. So
How am I supposed to wash my hands?
With water.
I'll just spit on them. Don't worry.
all right, I'm gonna continue my train of thought. But basically, we're really lazy with this shit and so unorganized. So right now we are the person we're missing is our third guy, Josh. But I'll just talk about what we've been up to besides school. My band, Lucid City, still doing good. We just played a show at the Paper Tiger, which used to be called the White Rabbit, and that was a fun show. It was my first time ever playing that stage. But now our second guest is back, so we're just gonna have him introduce himself.
Howdy. How am I supposed to? Just my name? That's it?
Yes, boy.
My name's JF.
First of all, James, did you wash your hands?
Yes.
We're all using.
Talking to the mic.
He had no soap.
James, we are all using that mic. Please tell me you washed your hands.
With water. He had no soap in his restroom. So I used the water. I used the scrub, and I scrubbed my hand, and I made myself bleed. No, that was already there. But I did wash my hands the best I could. He said he had none, which is weird because he most likely has body wash, which I could have used, but it's just...
Okay. Kyle has like so many hair products in his room. Last year he had like 3 freaking hair dryers. He had 3 freaking hair dryers. 2 of them didn't work, and the third one he didn't even use half the time.
So I have a lot of hair products, and in my defense, I have a good reason for that. I have a lot of hair. So
Fucking Chewbacca.
when I get out the shower, it takes me like 2 hours to dry off my fucking head. So I gotta dry my hair. But the thing was, right? I didn't know that there's like a reset function on hair dryers. So, I mean, I don't know how well versed y'all are in hair dryers, right? But there comes a time in a hair dryer's life where it just stops working and you have to press a reset button. And sometimes it makes a scary noise too, where it sounds like it's gonna electrocute you.
Can you mimic that sound for us?
I really can't. I can't mimic it, but it sounds like you're gonna get electrocuted. So when that happens, my thought process was, fuck this machine. I don't want to die. I'm gonna throw it in the back of my cupboard and just forget about it. So that's what I did for 2 hair dryers until the third one. No, 3 hair dryers. Yeah, 3 of them. It turns out all you gotta do is press the reset button. No one ever told me that. I didn't read the manual, so I had a lot of fucking hair dryers. But that's why. But this semester I have 1, and so no one can talk shit about that. Also, I don't have soap. I ran out of soap. So that's why there was no soap in there. I need to go to Walmart. I also don't have trash bags right now. If you notice, I'm using dining hall bags to contain all my trash. So that's the state of life. Okay, James still somehow has not introduced himself. It's been a solid 7 minutes, so I'm gonna pass the mic back to him.
So I got in trouble, and I have to do this real quick. So my name's James. Howdy. I think that's it. I don't know what else was I supposed to do.
What do you do? Say something.
What do I do? Oh, man. Nothing. I don't do nothing. No. I'm innocent. A little. Not much. All right.
All right, that was a very interesting introduction, but I can agree with Cal on the hair products. I also have a lot of hair products, but let's be honest, Cal, I have way more hair than you.
True.
But I've never had your issue with hair dryers. That's
the reset function.
Yeah.
but at least you learned about it now. At least you know how to use it.
I learned my lesson.
Do I know how to use them? Nope. But I haven't had a hair dryer break on me, so hopefully that never happens.
Hopefully.
So yeah, shit.
So the main theme of tonight's episode is we wanted to we already have 2 new guests, right? Usually it's just the 3 of us and we talk and it's fun, but one of us is in San Antonio and me and Marco are here. We have 2 new guests, which is exciting, but I thought why not make it even more exciting and invite random fucking people that none of us know to be on the podcast, because that to me sounds like it'd be a good time. Now there's been a lot of conflict in the group about this because some of us don't want that. Some of us do want that. In a way. Okay. And yeah, so we're trying to get random people. So I actually posted a post on this app called Whisper, which is basically like an anonymous kind of Twitter. It's the best way I could describe it. Strange app. So I'm actually going to go through some of the posts so you get an idea of the kind of people that just generally post on this app. And so you get an idea of who might show up later in the night. So this is just the front page. I'm just going to pop on over here to the front page. Let's see. This is by Tiny Tim, and his location is somewhere. And he said, "Sometimes I forget how messed up my childhood was until I try to tell a quirky family story and my friends go into shock." Solid meme.
Can we please hear that story anyway?
Walked around aimlessly for 2 hours because I was bored. Boxing night. That's from Boston, Massachusetts. So apparently it's not even nearby for us. Anyway, the point is, we're posting. The point is, anybody could show up here at any given moment, and it's gonna be real weird. And I'm looking forward to that. But we all have mixed opinions about that, so I'm gonna pass the mic around. And we're gonna talk about how this makes us feel. So I'm gonna start with Marco.
So, I mean, the way I view it is, hey, more stories. I'm not really against or, like, with the idea. I'm just, if it happens, it happens. I don't think it's going to throw off any vibe of the podcast. I'll just talk about what I normally want to talk about. So, I mean, that's about it. No opinion. Let's see what Jay has to say about this.
Well, in my opinion, honestly, I don't like people. I barely even like all of you. So, yeah. That is my reasoning. Here you go, James.
Howdy. So it's about people coming in here, right? Sorry, I was on Snapchat and I got distracted. I think people should come in here, not guys. I'm sexist. I only like girls. I want girls. That's it. So we can get them. That's perfect. I'm happy. Hoorah. Ain't I right? That's my idea, though. Wait, y'all don't want girls?
So aside from James sounding like the Kmart version of Matthew McConaughey, we're in a pretty 50-50 split here, but I posted it regardlessly. And also, this is my room, so we might have random people coming here.
So fuck all you.
So, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully that happens. That's the main theme. I really hope something comes out of that. I've actually got one person who messaged me already, but they haven't responded because they asked what's the podcast about, and I said I don't really fucking know. Yeah, I just said the podcast is basically just us talking shit, and we want strangers to spice it up. So. What?
Sorry, James is talking with dead people.
So yeah. Anyway, let's keep this podcast going until the strangers show up.
If they show up.
The stranger danger. So I think this is a good time, right, to answer random internet questions. because that's a segment I want to do last time, which we never really got to do. And once again, I'm very unprepared. Oh, hold on.
Let's just talk about this really quick. Normally, we try to get like an outline beforehand, like what should we talk about, just so we don't have like dead spots and all of that. And still, he's known he wants to do this. Well, like I think it's a good idea, but we never find questions beforehand. Why don't we find questions beforehand? Kyle, give us some insight to your thought process.
That would be because I'm lazy and a general piece of shit, so I don't really do anything. But I am looking them up right now, and so we're gonna get on that, and then we're gonna answer some questions. Okay. These ones aren't. I don't know if these ones are gonna be funny or not, but we're just gonna go. It's the first link that I opened up, so I don't know what we're gonna get, but let's see. We're just gonna go down the line and answer some of these. I'm gonna look for fun ones, but since I don't want to waste time right now, we're gonna start with the first one, which is would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early? I would have to say I'd always be 20 minutes early, which is funny because I'm late to everything. But if I had to pick one of the two, I feel like who would pick to be purposely late? Like, you're never late on purpose. Like, you never leave somewhere 5 minutes before, and you're like, I'm gonna be late today. You always think you're gonna make it, but then you don't. So I'm gonna have to go with I'd rather be 20 minutes early, because that's what I want to do. When I leave my house 5 minutes before I need to be somewhere, in my head I'm like, I can make it there 20 minutes before it starts. Never happens. I'm gonna pass the mic down.
I'll be honest. I have to agree with you. Always get there 20 minutes early. But I do leave like 5 minutes before I need to be somewhere. Sometimes I don't think I can make it. I know I'm going to be late. But yeah, I'd have to say 20 minutes early because, well, it'd just be a pain 10 minutes late. So you have a class that you have to go to. I don't mind going to class late because I will go to class late, especially if I just don't feel like going to class on time. I don't know. I usually get to class on time, but some teachers can be kind of like hard asses about if you're not there, they won't let you in, and then it just becomes a whole just big deal, and then it just doesn't end well.
Is this about work or class?
Everything, life. Just in general. Life, the universe.
Howdy. So I'm guessing this is 20 minutes early for everything.
Yes.
All right. That's easy. I'll be 10 minutes late.
Really?
Hell yeah. Why should I miss my beauty sleep? I got black eyelids, right? Because they're like, you best be here early. And I'm like, nah. Because I don't know if it's a job I like anyways. You could be working at like McDonald's flipping burgers for that big fat lady in line going, I want my burger. And she's like, extra pickles, extra cheese. And you're like, nah, lady. So I'd be 10 minutes late. Now, if it was for a job I like engineering robotics, engineering like car, working on the engine, I'd be 20 minutes early.
You have to pick one. Yeah, you have to pick one.
Oh, it's not like
Not like
you can't explain it.
we explained it.
So, James, basically, and if you guys haven't noticed, the answer I gave was kind of like a BS answer. I'm not good at giving like long answers. I'm just like, I'll be 20 minutes early. Don't feel like But basically the question is 10 minutes late to everything or 20 minutes early to anything, like everything, like not specifically anything. I just thought of a BS example to try to make it longer.
Sorry, it's 20 minutes then. 20 minutes early. Just made everything boring. Tell me about it. Here you go, Jay. You're up.
Well, think about this, James. If you were 10 minutes late for everything, imagine if you had to take a shit.
Imagine if your wife's pregnant.
Imagine if your wife's pregnant, bro.
She's in labor. She's going at it. Baby's head's coming out, and you just barge in the room. I'm here, honey.
Yeah, you get 10 minutes late to your own son's or daughter birth. That would suck. That would really bad. Or even 10 minutes late to your wedding.
Oh,
Imagine that, dude.
bachelor party.
Dude, she thinks like you left her there, and then you just walk in when everyone already left. She's crying in the corner. That would be like the worst thing you can say. Anything else like would suck.
You go in and you're like, I said I'd be 10 minutes late for everything.
Is that your excuse about everything else? Well, going back to the question, I'll definitely say, obviously, the 20 minutes early, just obviously for convenience sakes. Everything in life, I'm already like that anyways. But I would not like to be 10 minutes late for anything at all. That would just suck. You miss almost the best parts of things when you're late to something.
So if you were scheduled to be pushed out of an airplane with no parachute to break the world's record of just free fall into a net, you'd be there 20 minutes early like, let's get it on.
Oh, dude, I'll be ready from the day before. I'm ready to die any day.
Man, that got that got out of hand.
I missed all that.
You missed a lot. Basically, man, this got out of hand. This has been just the loudest podcast we've probably had the last few times. Some people who are listening with headphones are gonna be like, "Man, it's really quiet right now," and then, I pray to God that they don't start bleeding from the ears. I'm gonna give it back to Kyle. See what else he's gonna bring up.
All right, so next question. This was actually, I was asked this a couple days. I'll wait for Joaquin to come back because
Just go ahead with it.
I guess I'll go ahead and we'll catch him up. Okay. This is a hard hitter. Okay, we can go right into it. None of that bullshit. Easy questions. Okay. So. Yes, James. That's the question I want to ask. Would you sleep with a girl or a guy? That's a hard hitting question, dude.
You gotta go. I think the guy has a very good chance.
Well, how about this then? Would you rather sleep with a girl Would you rather sleep with a girl, chick with dick, or a guy with dick?
I don't know how to respond to that, Kyle.
I feel like that's a very easy question. Okay, so you have to sleep with one of the two.
One of them.
The chick with the dick. Easily.
Technically, you're sleeping with a dude then. Only thing different is she's got the tits.
Okay, James. So let me ask you something. Either you're sleeping with a dude with the dick, or you're sleeping with a girl who also has a dick.
Have you ever been to Bangkok?
Now, the real question here is, who has the softest cheeks?
That's actually very important. You don't want to be smacking a guy with a muscular ass and you're like, that's a little rock hard. And then you're smashing the girl with a soft ass and you're like, yeah, more cushion for the pushing.
Right? Like, honestly, I really don't want to break my hand just smacking someone in the ass. Like, that would be, like, awful.
But I wouldn't sleep with either. It was my question, but I retract. All right. Well, it was one time. One time. Don't worry, I'll make it up with Bree later. Wink, wink, right? Wink, wink. But I go with the chick with dick.
I don't think
anything's
gonna top that.
Oh, that was great. I was actually gonna ask a different question, but this made me go off topic. So the other day, y'all were here for this. You weren't here for this. You two weren't here for this. But the other day, we were chilling in Joaquin's room. Joaquin's my neighbor. He lives next door to me. And a friend of ours was talking about girls when they work out a lot, right? Like a lot, and they get ripped as fuck. They get like square titties. And I was like, I can't picture a square titty in my head. It's like my brain just couldn't wrap around it. You know what I'm saying? Like square tit, what? So I went to Google and I looked up square tits. And like a man of science, you know. Yes, like a cultured gentleman. And I didn't really find anything. I found some weird shit, square tits. So I was like, okay, let me look up muscular tits. And boy, let me tell you, My mind was expanded. Let me tell you, I saw some things that I didn't think were possible. I saw some things that shocked me and impressed me. And I just want to talk about it because if you're listening to this podcast right now, do yourself a favor and look up muscular tits right now.
I have a question. Does this podcast getting uploaded or is it being watched at the moment?
No, it's getting uploaded. It's getting uploaded.
Oh, cool.
And James is lifting right now. He wants muscular tits, apparently.
Muscle tits for them girls to grip. But I got that
Anyway.
here for them to grip. Wanna go? Let's go. Well, you got
This has devolved to complete chaos. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna pass the mic over.
I don't know how to describe what's going on right now. People are flexing things. I don't know what's going on. Something's happening with the weight Kyle has in his room. Motions are happening. That's all I can say. And Kyle, I can tell you, I'm never looking up what you just told me to look up. Actually, maybe later. I don't know. I want my mind to be expanded. I have no idea what to fucking say. I am so confused what's going on.
Believe me, according to Kyle, your mind is not the only thing that's gonna be expanded.
Kyle? I don't know how to respond to these things. Okay, Kyle just missed exactly what happened, so I'm just gonna give it to him, have him figure out what's going on.
Okay. So I have no idea what's going on right now. I was reading my phone. Someone want to catch me up?
All right, I got a question. New question. Here's the new question for all the gentlemen out there. And or the girls who like girls, or the chicks with dicks who likes the girls, or the guys who likes the girl. Well, if you just like girls in general, right? Are you an ass man, woman, or or a tits man or woman? That's a question right there. My gay manager asked me that. This is weird. But it really made me think, if you go with ass, dude, that's evolution. You always walked. When you're on your right, you walk like monkeys. You're always looking at the ass. But as you evolved, then you got tits on women. And then the men were like, oh, milk them like a cow. So that's a question. I'll pass this to dear old Marco.
I'm just gonna pass this to Kyle because I'm still wrapping my head around what's going on.
My mind feels violated by the words that just left James's mouth over the last 2 minutes.
My mind has been violated this whole time. I don't know.
I can tell my violation story.
To everyone else in the group, I would like to put out a vote to take James out of this. Anyone?
No.
So James,
He's making it interesting.
yeah, James is making it very interesting. James had an interesting weekend actually. We all did. We had a very
Last weekend.
we had this weekend.
Really turned me on, but nothing happened because we slept here in Kyle's room with Kyle and Davina, so nothing could happen.
I don't know if this is getting picked up on the mic, but
But you can when I pass you the mic, you can talk more.
I was just talking about
Oh, we'll get it on the mic. Okay, so we
sorry.
so last weekend we had a pretty big weekend. We were partying here in my dorm, as we do. It's Saturday. It was Sunday actually. It was Labor Day weekend. So being the social 20-something, everyone here is 20, yeah, at least.
I'm 14.
Social 20-somethings that we were drinking a lot, and a few drinks turned into a lot of drinks, and next thing you know, we're wandering around campus at about 2 a.m. Fucking borderline blacked out, right? And we're just doing dumb shit. And long story short, mid-party, James decided to pull the ultimate power move and just whip his dick right out.
You should pass that on.
Emphasis on short.
But I'll let him explain it. But that's basically what happened. So here you go.
Just to be real quick right now, all right? Howdy, how you doing? But everybody that drinks always makes at least one regrettable decision that they regret the next morning. I've done it every time. So, so I'm going to go in depth on what he means I whipped my little dick out. All right? I'm a grower, not a shower, guys, all right? Let's get rid of those smirks. You cannot force the turtle out of the shell. All right, so pretty much what was happening was we're walking this trail, right? Me, Kyle, 2 girls, and a other guy that just came out. I thought his name was Saber. It's not Saber, but we're going to call him Saber. Well, we're all walking around, and we're going to this pavilion just to sit down, relax, because we're walking for a good old while. So when we're walking into the pavilion, one of the girls decided to call everyone walking with them, "Follow me, Slim Dicks." All right, I am not going to let that slide, because I should have, I could have, but I was not. So I responded with, "I ain't a slim dick. I got the girth with the length." That backfired very quickly, because then she just spins around with a 180-degree turn and goes, "Well, whip it out, big boy." So me, being the gent I was, denied very respectfully. So me and the chaps go and sit down. Saber sitting all in a corner by himself because, well, we just met the guy. Kyle decided to sit directly in front of me on a different bench, and the girls proceeded to insult me to force my little wiener out. I did not want this. I did not claim to want this. I just decided to deny the slim dick comment. Well, my amazing pal Kyle could have came in like a superhero and stopped all this, but he didn't. He just sat back and went, "You shouldn't have said it, man. You shouldn't have said it." Well, of course I shouldn't have said it, but it's been said, it's been done, now we're done. It's getting on. That's when the announcer in the background, you can just hear in the back of your head, just goes, "Let's get ready to rumble." And shit got serious. Davina came out of the corner, grabbed my left arm, and twisted it like a police officer. I knew it was getting serious because all I had was my right hand. We had another girl come in from the right flank. She went in strong. And me, being a gent, I was like, she can't unbuckle these pants. She's inexperienced. Well, it held her off for a good old while, but sooner or later the shield came down and the buckle came undone, and I knew I had to stop it. She zips my britches. She starts pulling down. She goes in with that hand. I'm like, I still got the right hand. So I'm batting it. I'm swatting it. I'm hitting her hands away. I hit her with the right. I hit her with the left. I hit her with the finger, but she's still coming. So she takes her left hand and she clamps down on my right hand to make sure it does not block the right hand. Her right hand goes in like a slithery snake and just made its way right down the breechers. But she doesn't just go down the breechers, she goes down the boxers. And she gets in and she goes down and she clamps the turtle. And the turtle was done. Oh, I panicked so bad. I squealed like a little pig. I was like, hey. Oh, never did a girl go in there so proud to just clamp down on the turtle. She smiles like, the prize has been claimed. And me being just violated, I was like, I surrender. I shall show you the turtle. And Kyle in the background sitting in front of me is just laughing. And Saber just walks off 2 gents that could have came in, stopped these girls from just violating me. They just left. So I knew it was down to one last thing. I say, I'ma show you. And I stand up. They sit down. I double check to my back to make sure the gents weren't looking because, well, no guy wants to whip his dick out in front of another guy. Even when you're having a threesome, 2 guys, 1 girl, you never look the gent in the eyes. You just don't do it. So I take my hand, I place it, I pull it out, and I show it. The little wiener was out. The turtle was shy. I'm going to just tell you, I ain't a shower. I'm a grower. Like the Hulk. Bruce Banner doesn't grow, does he? He's a scrawny little doctor. But, man, it grows, and he's a big, bad, green killing machine. Well, just to summarize the ending of this story, I showed it. I regret it. I zipped my britches up, and the first thing one girl says is, why's your balls bigger than your wiener? I turned red as a cherry, and I just looked her in the eye and said, well, little lady, I'm a grower, not a shower. I ain't proud of it, but you gotta do what you gotta do and work with the machine you got on you. That's my little fairy tale that happened this weekend on Labor Weekend. Oh, the nightmares. That was my regrettable decision, that drinking night. Oh, it was horrible. It was.
And now you guys know the reason James doesn't drink.
Holy shit. Oh, man. That was so much better than I ever could have told it. Holy shit.
I am so glad he told it.
I don't even know where to go after that. I've never heard anyone refer to their dick as turtle. But that was great.
It was hibernating, bro. It was hibernating.
That was fantastic.
You can't force the turtle out.
Anyway, from my point of view, James basically just made the ultimate power move. We're in the gazebo. You know, I'm just sitting there. I'm laughing. I thought we were all fucking around, just kidding around. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, James, whip your dick out. You know, typical banter. You know, I thought it was just typical banter. And then he did it. And I was like, holy shit, that's hilarious. And so that's kind of been the running joke for this week. You know, James is wild dude, whips his dick out.
Turtle.
When James's turtle comes out to play. But that's what happened last weekend. Oh man, I'm still recovering. I haven't laughed that hard in a minute.
All I know is every time I hear someone tell that story, it just gets better and better. Like, man, I wish I was this interesting. Jesus Christ, man, that was probably the funniest rendition of that story I've ever heard.
That was fantastic.
Now, just saying, that night did not end there. These 2 boys right here had an even more interesting adventure, or at least Kyle did. Yeah, I'll definitely pass the mic to Kyle so he can tell his story.
So, you know, after that happened, I was having a great time. You know, it was a good night. You know, drank a little more than we had anticipated, but it was fun. You know, that happened, and then you know, we're just walking along. We're laughing at James because he whipped his dick out, and so at a certain point in the night, we end up sitting at this bench, right? And there was 2 girls there. One of them who aggressively attempted to pull James's pants down, who succeeded in pulling his pants down, yeah. And it might not be a big surprise, as she's a very aggressive person. Now, at this point in the night, her target shifted away from James after seeing his shy turtle, and onto me, and so we're walking along, right? We're having a good time. Everyone's walking. She's kind of like by my side or whatever, but I'm just like, whatever. We're all friends here. We're just chilling out. So we go sit on this bench, and there's not enough room on the bench, right? She sits down. James sits down. Our other friend sits down. Some other guy shows up randomly. People were just showing up. Random people were just showing up at this point in the night. And so she says, Kyle, come sit on my lap. And I'm just like, it's kind of weird, but whatever. It's space effective, you know, it's space efficient. So I'm like, all right, I'd fucking do it. So I do it. It's 2018. Fuck gender norms, you know. I'm gonna sit on her lap. So I do it. I'm sitting on her lap, and everything's cool, you know. We're just chilling, and then I start feeling like some movement going on behind me, and I'm just like, is there a bug on her? Like, what's happening here? You know what I mean? There's a lot of movement going on. Is she dancing? Did she cramp up? What's going on? And then it starts to dawn on me that no, she is actively grinding against me. And then she starts biting my neck. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up. Little strange. I'm like, whatever, you know, aggressive women, not necessarily a bad thing, right? But then she goes, no, you need to sit back down. I say, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to sit down on the floor. She's like, why are you sitting on the floor when you can sit on my lap? So I go, because I'm chilling, you know, I'm chilling. I'm just going to sit on the ground. I'm chilling. I'm happy. I'm happy on the ground. And then a switch goes off and she turns from like Beyonce to like Terry Crews. and she just goes, no, you're going to sit your ass back down on the bench. and so I go, okay, I'm taken aback. You know, I'm just like, whoa, what is happening here, right? I think we're all just fucking around, having a good time, you know. She's intoxicated, I'm intoxicated. I think she's kidding, right? So I'm just like, oh, yeah. I'm sitting on the ground. She's like, nah, if you don't get back on this bench, I'm coming down there. So I go, oh, yeah, like you're going to do that. Because I'm fucking around. I think she's, you know, it's playful. It's just a little banter, you know, a little back and forth, you know. Perfectly healthy. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, this shit happened. So I say, no, I'm chilling. She does this shit like maybe 5-10 more times, right? She's like, no, you need to get back up on this bench. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm chilling. She tells me, she warns me. She's like, I'm going to get off the bench. And I'm like, okay. Like, get off the bench. Get off the bench. You're not going to do it. And what happened next still boggles my mind, right? She flies off the bench like a jaguar diving out of the jungle at a gazelle, right? That's the imagery that came to my mind. She came with like the fury of like a falcon just like tearing down on like unsuspecting mouse. That's the best way I could describe it. She flew out of the fucking bench, lands on me, like lands on top of me on my lap, right? Which hurt, first of all, because she's a grown-ass woman jumping off a bench. She must have like a good 2-3 minutes of airtime, right? So she's building up some momentum, and that just comes crashing down right on my pelvis, right on my pelvic area, right? And she proceeds to just start pounding me into the dirt. Like, just jackhammering me. Just straight up, she came at me like she was John Cena. Like, she just, her ground game was top notch. Yeah, just straight ground and pound, right? Now, at this point, I'm in shock. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? You know, everyone's laughing. I'm laughing, despite being in pain because my pelvic bone just got completely obliterated. I'm laughing because I'm just like, what the fuck is, what? Like, I just can't believe this is actually happening. So then she gets up and leaves my crumpled body on the ground, sits back down on the bench, and she's like, now you're going to get up on the bench. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to get up on the bench. No, but... so I didn't get back up on the bench, but after that, things kind of cooled down. You know, I think everyone was kind of like, whoa, this chick's kind of crazy. She just fucking... manhandled you? Yeah, I got manhandled. She just treated this shit like it was a ladder match, and she just fucking destroyed me. So at this point, we're chilling, and then the night goes on, and then we decide to go back to my room. Not just me and her, everyone, because at this point I was kind of trying to get rid of her because she was just kind of following me around still, and I was like, look, you're cool, but you fucking you KO'd me in front of everyone. Can't let that slide. Like, you gotta go. So, but then she decides to make herself comfortable in my bed, took up my whole bed for the entire night, complained about my bed the entire night, and that was my night. So it was a frustrating night. It was for both me and James. It was a bit of a rough night, but it was a funny night. That's for sure. It was a memorable weekend, for sure. Joaquin missed most of that. He went to bed around 2 a.m. Keep in mind, this all happened like 4 a.m. We stayed up to like 8 a.m. that the following morning. James didn't even sleep. But it was a weekend, that's for sure. So I'm gonna let Joaquin talk about what he saw from his perspective. 'Cause he was probably James was pretty sober too. The funny thing is James did this shit mostly sober. Like he was sobering up at the point he whipped his dick out. Like he was on the come down. But his turtle definitely was not on the. It was not on. It was also on the come down for sure. Yeah.
Very deep in the come down.
Yeah. But I'll let Joaquin talk about what he saw. So.
All right. So as Kyle mentioned before, I left around what was it like 1:30, maybe 30 minutes before you all like started walking around campus. And first of all, we started getting drunk at around what 11? No, earlier, like 9:30. We started early. Yeah, well, we were pre-gaming at around 10:30, and then like we actually started like heavy drinking at around 10:45, like 15 minutes later. We started chugging beer and what was it? Wine coolers, Smirnoffs. It was all in good fun until this girl said that she wanted to play tag outside, and I don't know about you guys, but playing tag while drunk is not the best idea. Well, it is for everyone watching. But now, my adventure on tag is I am not the fastest one or the skinniest one or the best at anything at all. So this assholes just ran away from me and I could not catch them. So my strategy was to wait for them right outside our building for them to come out and scare them shitless. And believe me, I succeeded. Kyle just stand there like a scared chihuahua. The other girl just ran away screaming and falling into the floor. James just looked up terrified as well. It was great in all experiences. Right after that, this other random guy just showed up, and they started. Yeah, the guy that James called Saver. Don't know why, but yeah, it does sound like a Disney villain. But he comes up. He started like he's more sober than any one of us, so he starts taking care of people, or at least that's what I'm thinking. He's not. So everyone starts thinking of just walking around campus, all drunk and shit. So I'm like, you know what? This guy is sober. I can leave him to. Everyone here can like stay with him. They'll be fine. Apparently they did not. They ended up pulling dicks out and almost getting publicly crushed. Death by snooze, am I right? Well, apparently, if Kyle didn't know this, our walls are very thin. Very thin. And I can hear a lot of stuff that goes around here. And honestly, I thought that whatever was going on, like Kyle getting publicly destroyed, was in his room. Because I could hear banging. But then I realized it was not Kyle. It was my next door neighbor. Like, not him, but the one on my other side. She was having such a good time. And I'm like, fuck this. I want to go to bed. That's all I heard from my side. Until next morning when, like, most of the girls came in because they all left their chargers and phones in Kyle's room, which I had to open and then get their stuff, which was fun, you know, learning that after y'all play with your little turtle, James.
Let me defend my turtle. My turtle is the best turtle you'll ever meet. It's happy. It's very prideful. Shines like a diamond.
I am sorry, James. Your turtle might be the most fantastic thing in the world, but I do not want to meet it. And no, you're not getting the mic back.
Oh, please. All right. So a few gaps in the story. Well, when Saber came, one of the girls ended up texting him that it was her friend. He was up and she texted him. He came over. I figured she texted him to come over to make sure she makes it back to her place of stay. Well, he was a horrible guardian, I'll tell you that. He let this girl do everything. He did not watch her. She tripped, she fell, she stumbled. Tell you one thing he did watch her. Very, very perspectively. He watched her. Saber. Yes, Saber. Give the guy props. He was a cool guy. Has a cool name. Saber.
That was not his name.
It's his name to me. His name's Saber. It shall never change. Well, another guy that came out, I don't know his name. We'll call him Jesse. Or is it? Oh, his name is Jesse. That was good. Hell, I remember that one. He came out. I don't know why he came out. He did nothing. He just kind of walked with us, ran with us, did nothing with us. He just kind of went. He wobbled around like a penguin. No, he did not dick with me, and I'm glad, because my night improved. After my little turtle arose from the darkness into the moonlight, my night got better every minute.
Definitely doesn't sound like your turtle was rising according to everyone else.
You know, you might want to walk around naked a little more often. Give it some air. It might be dying. Who knows?
Has any of you gone to the beach, grabbed a turtle, or wherever you find a turtle, grab that turtle, and that turtle sticks its head into the shell? You cannot force that head out. Turtles come out willingly. They arise to the occasion. I was not an occasion. I was violated. I was raped in a way. It was forced out of hiding. It did not want to come. It did not want to rise. I was hard earlier, but it was not forced. It was like passion was there. Some occasional feeling was there. The turtle at that moment was aggressively beaten. A girl kicked me there to get it out. Like, you don't kick there. There's no shell. I may call it a turtle, but there's no shell. You know what its shell is? Nothing. It's soft and cushy. Until it arises to the occasion, and then it's a lightsaber. Zoom, 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 zoom. But my night got better. Kyle's got a little more action than mine. But when we got back to the room we're staying in, I ended up sleeping on the floor with the girl that literally violated me. That was not a good idea. I mean, nothing happened, but it was just, you put the guy that was just violated next to the girl that did the violating.
He didn't get none.
I got none. I wanted some, but I got none. It's a good thing because we drunk. We drank alcohol, and it's a good thing we didn't do nothing because I already made one regrettable decision. I mean, that wouldn't have been a regrettable decision, don't get me wrong, but best we keep it innocent. And Kyle, he's up on the bed, and I'm hearing ruffling and rustling with the girl that jumped on him like a jaguar. Just, rawr, got him. Just, rawr, I'm going to eat my meat. Now, they did nothing, but they were fighting over the bed because they're sleeping on a twin bed. And she's like, there's no room. You need to move over, Kyle. He's like, this is my bed. You move over. And they're not moving over. And all you hear her say is, there's no room. And then you just hear, boom. Apparently, Kyle got hit into the wall. And then he got more aggressive with the knife. So I finally snapped because I'm tired. I'm drained. I was violated. I just hit the point. And I was like, why don't you two just cuddle? Well, I'll be damned. They cuddled. They start getting comfy in the middle of the twin bed. And then next thing you hear is she's like, Kyle, do you not know how to cuddle? You don't put your arm there. You put it under the pillow under my head. That's how you do it. And then you just hear Kyle, I know how to cuddle. Here's Kyle.
Yeah, so this girl had the audacity to tell me, like, I was fucking cuddling her wrong. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, I'll break it down, right? So I had my arm around her. That part was perfectly. Everyone was okay with that. But I kept my arm above the pillow, right? Because I don't like my fucking arm falling asleep. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like my arm falling asleep under the weight of someone's head. I don't like that. So I put my arm above the pillow, and for some reason, that bothered her. Even though there was no problems arising from it. But she just decided that my arm needed to be under her pillow. And she demanded that I do that. And I was like, who the fuck? So we were just arguing all night about everything. I like cuddling. I'm a big cuddler. So I was like, I guess I'll do it. Despite the fact, like, I didn't really want to. But
No one will sleep with you.
but yeah, so that was how mine. I critiqued on my fucking arm placement during cuddling, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so that was basically our night. What do we want to talk about next? I feel like we've talked about this night for a solid 30 minutes, so we should switch it up.
Right about 30 minutes. All right, Marco, take it away.
Oh God, I have nothing. I was just listening to that. I had nothing on my mind, but man, so much more is getting added to what I was first told. Because I hear all this stuff like after it happens. Because I don't go to school in Corpus. I go to school in San Antonio. So I just get a call at like 2 a.m. Kyle was just telling me, man, I was sexually assaulted again.
We don't know what the first time.
Oh wait. Well, Kyle, do you want to talk about the first time you got sexually assaulted?
I feel like it's gonna take too long. We'll save it for another podcast.
I mean, I don't.
Hey, come on. We're doing it for the next.
Give us the thumbnail version.
I'll give you a synopsis. It was basically the same thing that happened this night, except I was younger, and I got fucked. Yeah.
Should we just end it here?
No, we'll keep going. I feel like we should talk about something else other than all of us getting sexually assaulted. What?
I'll tell my Vegas story, I guess.
That is very long story.
Yeah, it's a long story.
I mean, I can shorten it. Get the whole beginning.
No, I feel like that'd be good.
It's already pretty short.
Good for another.
We're at about an hour.
Yeah, we're probably gonna wrap because it's about an hour. But we're definitely gonna do a second. If anything, we might just record the next one now. We could, but like stop this one at an hour though.
Yeah.
If we want to do that, yeah. All right, so that's
We're
gonna.
on a roll right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this podcast, guys. So we're probably gonna record the second one right after this. But for tonight's episode, or I guess for this episode, because we're doing 2 tonight, that's gonna be it. So thanks for tuning in to Off the Map podcast. We'll see you next week or next time we fucking post. Peace.